hiking gear, and journeyed out into the wilderness with Adam, and we hacked out the rest of the scenes we needed together, and where I drew upon my experiences, and they look like people in the Siren, and find ways to do really simple, beautiful shots. Adam and I talked a lot about, if you don't have a crane, don't try to do a crane shot by dangling it in a grocery bag or something. Just like find an interesting angle, lock it off on sticks. I mean, like, geez, you probably saw in the very first couple minutes, we had issues with simple panning shots, because we had a cheap ass tripod with, like no flow. And so like Adam was trying to do these nice slow pans and it would just jerk. So, whenever we could just lock it off on sticks, great. Whenever we could use practical lighting, I mean, that's most of reshoots is, except for maybe one or two setups, is all practical lighting. Have it set near a window, have it set, make sure that your recessed lighting is at the right angle, 45 up, 45 to the left or right or whatever, get a little bit of fill light in the back, and then all right, we're ready to go and find interesting angles. I'm sorry, what was the question?
Well, you know what? So I have a lot of wannabe filmmakers, wannabe actors that listen to this show. So I hope you guys all heard guys and gals heard what he just said. Like, don't be afraid. I promise you that if you take some of the crew aspect, you start, at least familiarizing yourself with some of the crew aspects, it is an impossibility that it won't make you a better storyteller. I just 100%, like, it's all about doing. I am definitely from the school of Robert Rodriguez, or just like people that are like, no man, I don't need you to shoot that. Like, I know what I want to see and I know how to use this camera, so it's all good. Like, but yeah, no, I really think it just makes you a better storyteller. Shit, man.
And I think, as an actor, I think, if you're fortunate enough to step out of, I don't know what age you are, just to walk into film stardom.
I'm 50 years old.
Well, not you, royal you. If a person is fortunate enough to just kind of stumble into a movie career like Johnny Depp or something, who was like, I just kind of wanted to play guitar, and then someone put me in a movie and said I was handsome, then great. But otherwise, I think, otherwise, to most people who aspire to be actors, a film set's super daunting. It's high stress. There's a lot of people who are depending on you to be natural and in a crazy unnatural circumstance. And your lighting guy's tired. This person was drinking all night. Like, they just want to collect a paycheck and go home. If you kind of do some DIY stuff and learn about the challenges of making a movie, when you do get on a more robust set, you know what everybody's doing, and it allows you to be a better team player, and it allows you to stay focused on your job rather than being distracted by others. And also it keeps you from being a selfish prick. because you can appreciate what the other people are trying to do and also what's at stake for them. And so it keeps you focused on doing the best job you can and on what your part is. And when somebody's waving their hand in your face, you're like, I got it. I know what he's doing. I know why he's doing it. I can stay focused. And then when, the producer comes up to you and says like, hey, we're actually not going to use you today because it rained and, the lighting is shit and we don't have the gear so sorry, rather than pitching a fit and being like, my time has been wasted, you go, I get it. Like, you're trying to do a very hard thing. Like,
all right. Okay, so I have a bunch of scenes that I was going to tell you how much I loved, and I wanted to talk about them. So I'm just going to tell you them, and we'll just move on. We don't need to talk about them because I do want to be respectful of your time. I know that you need to go out and find the treasures in Red Dead Redemption, so I don't want to keep you too long. But I just wanted to tell you. So one of my favorite scenes, obviously, the toilet sequence. You telling her that I just need you to say that you want me to be here. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't mean to go all bro-y, but bro, my heart, the way that you convey that, especially like most of the moments, like you're kind of aloof. You know what I'm saying? You're quirky and funny, and when you finally know what you want after you place the phone call to Neil where he is very dismissive, hey, how did you know that Annie was the one? Man, the emotion that oozes on the screen, you need to be proud of yourself, man. I know I'm not going to be the only one that sees it, that sees those same the same acting that I do, the same where you're like, man, we have touched. What I think, a lot of people say Daniel Day-Lewis is the best actor ever. I say you're wrong. I say Tom Hardy is. People are like, why? I say because there's spectrum. What do you mean by that? Well, I haven't seen Daniel Day-Lewis in a ton of rom-coms. I've seen Tom Hardy in a rom-com. So for you, like, same thing. Like, that to me is what makes a world-class actor, is if you can touch each of those beats but execute it well. And I think you did it across the board, man. You made me laugh. You made me sad. You even sold, like, even when you're internalizing that this is a ghost, and like, you know, like, do I bail because I'm horrified, or do I say fuck it because, you know, like, even that works. Like, and I again, not to beat a dead horse, not all the time can actors do that. Not all the time. Like, it would be like, oh, well, you know what? I'll forgive this certain aspect of his acting here because this portion was so good, or whatever you want to say. But so, right. Just be really, I watch a ton of shit, man, and this is one of the things that I am going to be talking about this one for quite some time. So that's my props to you. So I guess in closing, what was probably one of your biggest takeaways from being on this film? It can be anything. It can be from a crew side of thing. Like, hey, I walked away feeling confident that if I needed to shoot a low budget or whatever, this is what I feel. I walked away miserable. I thought that this film was going to fall flat on its face, and I just, whatever, Adam, I'll just help you out because we're friends. You know, like, what was the biggest takeaway about being on a film that was relatively small? Not relatively. It was small. I mean, you only had a few characters. And so, yeah, what was the biggest takeaway about being on A Ghost Waits?
I mean, it's a hard question to answer just because I don't know if I've walked away yet. I mean, especially when you're also a producer, you kind of never walk away. It's kind of always in the back of your head, like, I should be doing something for my baby. I should be helping it somehow. And then when you don't, so, you know, I've always, I have trouble celebrating achievements and things. I kind of just cause I'm like, there's no guarantee of joy. Just learn to take joy in the work.
I don't hate that answer though. I definitely don't hate that. I mean, yeah, that's fine. That's a total, like, the takeaway, there is no takeaway. I mean, like, honestly, I'm still waiting to discover the takeaway. The takeaway for me is talking with people like you. At the end of the day, you know, I know what I enjoy about the process, and that I'd kind of do it whether anybody saw it or didn't see it. But what means the most and feels the best is when somebody like yourself takes the time out of their day, when they have thousands of choices of, let alone what they could do with their life, but what they could watch right now, and to watch your film, the thing you did, and say, oh my God, that was worth it. And you know what? That meant something to me. And
and in your case, that was one of my favorite films. That's the best. At this point, it's not ours anymore. It's not mine. It's other people's, and I hope people find it, and I hope people find it rewarding.
You're right. It's mine now. It is mine.
It is yours.
It is mine now. You want to actually know how so a couple things you should know about me. I don't watch trailers for anything. Anything. And I'll go even further, sir. If a trailer to a movie starts to play in the theater, and it is a movie that I know I'm going to see, I'll walk out of the fucking theater, wait until I hear all the racket die down.
I love your commitment.
Oh, dude, I'll sidestep people giving me the... I don't care. What you can ruin the movie for yourself, because this Godzilla versus King Kong trailer, they're going to show you some of the final battle sequences. Tell me how that plays out for you when the first time you see it. You're going to lean over to your woman or your man friend, and you're going to be like, oh, this is where they're going to fight. And I don't need that. So, but with this movie... So I always talk about this on my show. I don't know what it is. It could be, higher power. I don't know. A film intuition. I got an email the other day. Hey, Sean, you may like this film. Take a look at it. I hadn't heard of it. Hadn't heard of Adam. I was just like, I don't know, for whatever reason, I was just like, I have a list of stuff that I am supposed to get through, and I put this at the forefront after I saw, because it was so good, but as far as pressing play on it, I don't know what it was, man. I only saw it in email print. Hey, man, you might like this film. It's done by so-and-so. It stars so-and-so, and I don't know. It was just... It was the other day, and I was like, all right, well, let's just give this a whirl. I don't feel like choosing. I don't feel like going through the Netflix queue. This email is one and done. Let's just push play. So I did, and here we are. I couldn't be more happy about getting the word out for this film, because I truly think it's different. It's very unique, and I don't think you can ask for a bigger heart in a film, my friend, and that is a testament to you. It's a testament to Natalie. I mean, even Rosie, played by Sydney Vollmer, I hated her. As soon as I remember having this exact thought. I was like, oh man, this asshole is going to ruin it for the both of them. Somehow she is going to ruin it for the both of them. And she played it so well, like just that irritable teenage girl, just irritable. And I'm actually looking forward to talking with her. I don't know, tomorrow.
She
the next
is
day.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I gotta say,
yeah.
Sydney is the best. She's hilarious, super smart, and is so down to earth and chill. And a fantastic actress. So I'm a fan of hers. She's cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to talking to her. So the deprogramming thing, and then I will get you out of here. I was so, and I'm not going to blow it for you, audience, and if you're worried that I'll give too much away, then I guess turn the dial down. But so in those final sequences there, sir, I can't remember a time that I was sitting in a theater or at home where I had two vastly contradictory feelings about what was going on. I can't remember that last time, and because of how heavy that ending is, like even watching it again today, man, like when you put the car in gear, I dread, and I know what's going to happen. I already know what's going to happen, and in the end, I lean towards the beautiful aspect of it, is that you two have found love in a very uncommon, very unconventional place. But it doesn't, I think that's maybe why it fits as one of my favorite films of the year, is because of the first time I watched it, second and third, it still hits hard on two different levels. And I think it touches on a lot of themes that a lot of us are dealing with right now: depression, loneliness, and and you, sir, embody all that, and so does Natalie. And you get more screen time than everyone else, but so does Natalie. But the look on your face as you give that phone call in the car, like, and it's happening. Oh, it wrecks me. It absolutely wrecks me. Now, I don't want to ignore who did the song at the end there years ago.